right, so Kim, every guy,
Hmm.
they do have a dream girl, right? But
Yeah.
isn't it true that, a man can literally have relations with any woman no matter what she looks like, and he can often make the girl feel like his dream girl.
Yeah.
Agree with that?
Do I agree with that? You mean selling the girl fantasy to live the, yeah, you
So baby, when you ready, hit my line. Tell me what you wanna do. I know you still feeling you.
All right, and we're recording. Hi, Kim.
hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for coming on.
First time. Thank you
First
for having me on.
time. Yes. So, do you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and what you do?
I think everyone knows who I am, so glad to be back. Glad to be back. Thank you for being part of my welcome back tour. On YouTube. Thank you very much.
Well, for the viewers who don't know you, we know some people know who you are, but for viewers and you can keep it light. You don't have to
Yeah,
give details, but you have a YouTube channel, right?
yeah.
And what is your YouTube channel about?
But I'm a critic. That's who I am.
Credit.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kim,
Hmm.
I wanted to invite you onto my channel because I wanted to have a discussion about men and why they often choose a certain type of woman as their dream girl. And, men have a certain look when they refer to dream girl.
Would be a fantasy.
Yeah.
Well, you talking about okay? Is it a dream girl? As in, like, what you want a dream girl? As in, like, this is the girl I want to marry?
Well, yeah, like a certain type of woman.
Yeah. Um. Most. I mean, honestly, I think for most guys, they prefer. They'll probably. I'm assuming not all though. I'm assuming that they prefer a girl that looks kind of like exactly like them, like their features. On a female. That's pretty much.
You're saying a dream girl. You're saying their dream girl looks like them.
Yeah, pretty much most of the time. I mean, you talk to guys, you talk to because I got a lot of friends outside the country. I got some American friends,
Yeah.
like guys from the Middle East, Asian countries, African country. When you like really see like what kind of I kind of look into like what kind of girls they like.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's like a very attractive woman from their background that looks very similar to them.
Hmm.
That's like their dream girl, whatever. But
Yeah.
then reality sits, and it's like, mm, I got what's that term? Broaden your horizons, basically.
Yeah.
See all options. Yeah,
Okay.
but every guy has a dream girl in a way.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Kim, every guy,
Hmm.
they do have a dream girl, right? But
Yeah.
isn't it true that, a man can literally have relations with any woman no matter what she looks like, and he can often make the girl feel like his dream girl.
Yeah.
Agree with that?
Do I agree with that? You mean selling the girl fantasy to live? Yeah. You talk.
Kind
See,
of, you know?
you're see when guys start going to that arena, then you start to see the weirdos come out,
Uh-huh.
little fetishes coming out. Like they got the little. You can obviously there's a lot of that little. You know what I'm talking about. You got these guys like needing to fulfill their so-called bucket list before they die.
Mm.
That goes into that kind of lining
Okay. Okay.
because
So you think before they find their dream girl,
yeah,
they will like, have relations with all sorts of women just to say that
taste the rainbow. You
they
gotta taste the whole rainbow. Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, I think for females a little bit different. I always say this before. Women in general when it comes to interracial dating, I think guys are more pressed on interracial dating than it is girls are. If you notice with guys, they obsess over, oh my god, the girl's Brazilian. Oh my god, the girls are Lebanese. The girl's Lebanese. Oh
yeah.
my god, she's this and that.
Now,
More so,
are you referring to a certain type of man that does this?
certain type of men. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be just blatantly honest with you. It's a lot of guys who think like this because it's an ego boost. Because therefore they can go amongst the
No,
male peers.
no matter
Yeah,
no matter the race, right?
yeah, no matter.
Okay.
They're amongst their peers and they got the little man trophy. It's it's a man trophy thing. Ego boost. Say I got this girl, I got that girl. But like I see it as more like this. It's more like a conquering thing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, a lot of guys in general do this for a more of a more like a sexual persuasion. I
Mm-hmm.
think for girls, they don't operate like that a little bit. They when they date,
A little different.
yeah, it's a little bit different.
We're definitely more selective. Um,
Yeah,
there are a lot of us though that don't mind just kind of having relations without the relationship part. I know that's kind of hard for men to believe, but
yeah.
it's the truth of the matter. But yeah,
But let's put it this way. One okay, prime examples. I don't know if you watch the show, but you probably do. 90 Day Fiance.
no, I
Uh,
don't actually, but I've heard about it.
okay, basically, it's a bunch of guys from this country trying to get girls or guys from another country. You got 90 days to figure it all out before. And usually, it's funny because
Why the other country aspect of it?
that's the whole gimmick of the whole show.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a chance, go watch it. Watch how the females approach it versus the guys.
Oh,
And when the guys will approach it like, oh, she's Colombian, she's hot, look at those tits, and they're like all like, oh. But then when you talk to the girls, let's say they meet a guy from another country, they're like, okay, it's fine that you're here. I'm totally into you, but where are we gonna live? What's your job? You want to move back to the country? Where is it safe? I don't know. That they ask a lot of questions, whereas the guys they don't. I mean, they're ready to live in a freaking alley somewhere and they're ready to go. But with the girls, they ask a lot of questions. So the more I watch it, the more I realize, man, like Jesus Christ, man, these guys are sloppy. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Whereas it's sad to say that, but when I saw that, I was like, Jesus Christ, man, you can't ask like what her job is. I think unfortunately, I don't know if it's fake or real, but I can tell you right now that a lot of guys do operate in that kind of mentality
wow.
where they see a girl, most especially around their 20s, even their 30s, unfortunately they well, nowadays up to 50s, because some of these kids they're just acting up even to their 50s now, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
um a lot of these guys, they're kind of looking at it in a very sexual fetishy way though, unfortunately.
See that. I could see that for some. Yeah. But that's funny that you bring that up because I actually came across this article on Reddit, and it said it was an article about men describing their dream girl, right? And most men did say that they want a woman to have a nice body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Long hair, light
Okay.
brown skin. I mean, they also said other things, but we're gonna keep it as far as looks because men are very visual. But I mean,
Yeah.
so that just kind of confirms it, don't you think?
It's sad because obviously when you look at it, what was the list again? Long hair.
Long hair, physically fit, fit, light brown skin.
You mean those tan bombshells?
Huh?
Like tan bombshells, like a
Like
tan. Yeah,
like not too
yeah,
tan, but yeah, but like yeah.
yeah. Basically, not too pale as Snow White or not too dark as. I mean, yeah,
Right,
it,
exactly.
it's yeah. It's ridiculous, man. I swear to God, these guys. I know what you're trying. It's unfortunate, but when you first thinking about that, immediately is like physicality, which is true. You need to find a guy attractive, and you need to find and me. I need to find a girl attractive. That's how it's gonna work.
Right.
But once we solidified that point, which like literally like a week after that, then what else? And I think that's the problem when it comes to a lot of guys because I noticed that, for example, a lot of the pickup artists and the dating coaches, they just talk about like 10 ways to get laid in the first week or the first date, get it laid, whatever. The problem is that I don't think these guys are telling these people that there's actually a problem with guys maintaining a relationship for long periods of time. there's a really big problem. I noticed that too.
Hmm.
That a lot of guys are not into this relationship theme.
Yeah.
They're like into the hookup culture mentality,
Yeah.
and they kind of cannot get out of it.
Mm.
And they feel like,
You think it's due to Instagram because there's like so much variety seems like on Instagram?
oh, the thirst is so real, girl. The thirst is so real. I mean, it's just ridiculous what's going on. I mean, it's sad to see this, and this is why like there's so many guys in their third over 30s like single in this country,
Yeah.
and it's not a good thing. By the way, when I say that, it's
Yeah.
not a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And like I read another article on Pinterest actually, and it said that it was showing like a vision board, right, for a dream girl for most men, and they chose Megan Fox. I mean, Megan Fox is hot, but I mean, why do you think they chose her?
Um, it's got to be because number one, she's like fit. She's not too pale. Because I know it sounds crazy, but just like how in your community talk about the darker skin
Hmm.
amongst white people, girls that are very white, like pale whites, they see that as disgusting, which
Yeah.
is weird because these guys are also pale as well. Self hatred right there. But anyway, they see Megan Fox as like a girl that's not like tan, very tan looking,
Hmm.
even though she has surgery. Shh, don't say it to the kids. But she has nice size, nice fit, waist,
Right.
has a butt, you know, and these guys are gushy. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's
Yeah.
my dream girl. Oh, that's how she looks. Oh,
Right.
you
Right.
know, that exotic look. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a preference, but I just think it's important for men to kind of, broaden the spectrum a little bit.
This is the spectrum that I think that you're gonna say is probably mainly skin tone. I'll put it like this:
Yeah.
how about trying to figure out the girl's personality? I know it sounds corny as hell, but this is actually how it was back in the good old days. Like can this girl who's adventurous fit, me? Let's say I'm into chess playing. Is this girl into the stuff that I'm into? Because in the end of the day, similarities attract more than opposites attract.
Yeah.
So you're into fashion. I'm a guy who doesn't not into fashion
Hmm.
or stuff like that, just to see what's going on. The problem is that since you got unfortunately a lot of guys now who think too much with their peepees, they're immediately thinking sex, 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 sex.
Yeah.
So what's happening is they're clouding their judgment. So they're forgetting all the personality and everything. You'd be stunned how many guys that are with their girlfriends right now that don't even know their favorite color of their girlfriend. They don't even know their favorite movie, what's their favorite food to
They
eat.
don't know the details of it, of her.
Nothing. That is sad.
Yeah.
That is absolutely sad. Like it's crazy because this is why like you see a far number of relationships breaking down, divorce rates are getting up easily. It's like, I don't care what these kids say about these little hashtag groups that say this is a good thing. It's not a good thing, it's a bad thing. It means that you don't know how to handle a relationship, you don't know how to problem solve, lacking leadership. And these are things that basic guys are supposed to be practicing, but they're not.
Yeah.
And that's why you see the way it is now. And I don't care what these guys say about the so-called wall, whatever. Everyone has a wall. Everyone has a wall, regardless of what they want to say. Everyone has a wall.
Guys and girls have a wall.
Exactly. We got a wall.
And age doesn't determine your wall either.
Exactly. It's how you let yourself go.
Yeah.
That's
Like
another
you're
thing.
taking care of yourself. I don't care
Yeah,
how old you are. Like, yeah.
exactly. I thought you were 21. I couldn't know. And it's like, okay, I get it. You want to have your little fun at 21, 19, whatever. But dude, you're like in your mid 30s, your 40s. Come on, let's get married. Let's have some kids now. Let's get this thing going.
Right.
Because you're going to see those guys in their 50s bitter, upset, Christmas day, talking to a stripper somewhere. I mean, it's a sad story in the end. And
Yeah.
I feel like it goes back to the preferences, what guys want. If you're just focused on just the physical, at the same time, what you're doing is that you're allowing the females of these groups like, well, what's no point in me going to school, no point in me get education, because all the guys want ass and tits. Might as well go get some surgery, get some big teeth and big ass. I could sell it down for a high value man. Then might as well, because that's the only thing they value. And so the value comes down to what men set for women. You know, it's like, you know, I don't know if you sell coins or you collect coins or sell gold. I do. The value of the gold is what you set the price as.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the same thing I see for, you know, communities and women. If you say these women are a piece of you know what, then they're a piece of you know what. But that's a reflection of who? The guy who holds that community responsible, which is you.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, that was a lot to take in there. But yeah, I a lot of it I totally agree with. But you know, and I actually heard this guy say once, black guy, he was like, you know, his dream girl is, you know, light skin with long hair. That's most guys' dream girl,
Yeah.
right? But they he also said that a man won't go after, or men should not go after their dream girl because they're trouble. What do you think about that? Do you think that men shouldn't go after their dream girl because they could be trouble?
You want me to tell you the truth?
Tell me the truth.
It has nothing to do with trouble. He knows that dream is going to reject him. Period. It's like I got my dream. I have. Don't you have like a childhood, like like a childhood you grew up like you had like a cute guy you saw in childhood, like a TV star, whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, I wish he was my my boo, whatever. I have mine too, but in reality, do you think I shall of her? Oh no, I don't. So the dream girl thing, the reason why he's saying that is because he knows that he's gonna get rejected. So when I hear that, what you said, he deep down, he's not saying that to you.
Yeah.
He's kind of telling you the soft version of it. Don't
Mm-hmm.
go after your dream girl. No, 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 no. BS. If that dream girl is right close to you, you would talk to her immediately. The reason why you don't want to talk to her because there's a good high percentage chance that she's gonna reject you, and you're gonna feel bad about it, and you're gonna be all disappointed, and you're gonna cry about it in your bed. Shh, don't talk about that. Shh. I just got. There's a lot of guys that do that. A lot of guys do that. They don't want to say it in publicly, but a lot of guys do that.
Wow.
But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So that's why he said that.
But you know what? Like, even when guys do get their dream girl, because this has happened to me. You know, I've had guys like, you know, chase after me
Yeah.
for so long, and then once I finally give in, it's like they treat you like crap, and they stop doing the things that they did before. Like, why do you think that happens?
Well, wait. Say it again. I want to hear that one more time.
Oh, I was saying, you know, once the guy gets his dream girl,
Yeah.
they stop doing the things they did like to get her.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think that happened?
Well, I'm gonna say something personally. If you put out, then he finishes conquest. Then he's like, okay, now you be it's kind of like, okay, I did my fantasy, because I don't think that's a dream girl kind of thing. I think it's a fantasy little fetish thing going on,
Hmm.
because usually what you call a dream girl is like, I want to be with you, I want to marry you, I'm gonna put you in that house over there, we're gonna have babies together, and little fairy tale. That's like a dream girl scenario. The way you're describing it is like they're chasing after you because they want to, like an example. I'm not saying specifically they're chasing after you and blah blah, and finally once they get it, they treat you like shit. That's
Well, I'm not gonna say treat me like shit in the aspect of, oh,
yeah.
get with it, but it's more so like, I don't know. They stop, like, they don't value your opinion. I guess it's the scenario where you just kind of get to know somebody and you just don't mesh well.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's just unfortunate, but they get okay. How about this? You're a pretty girl. A guy finally got you, and it's not what I expected. And I think that's very common with a lot of guys
Right.
because
Guys are so visual. And
yeah,
like, make sure that you can spend the entire day with this woman and make sure you like her personality. Make sure you know, like what she stands for.
The guy, hey, look, man, it's like a self.
But most men,
Yeah,
that they will swear that it's just looks, right? They just want you to be feminine, and that's it.
yeah, just wait until she gains like 20 pounds after pregnancy. See what's gonna happen after that. Oh yeah, even more so. Like these guys will flip out. We were back in the day used to be so good looking. Now look at you. But
Yeah.
then the wedding vows gotta see for better or worse. So it's like, and also it's funny about this when they start doing that kind of stuff. Um, guys also gain weight. That's another thing,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah,
We
God,
don't like dad bods, okay? Like
yeah,
we don't like dad bods.
yeah, like you gain weight, so does the
Yeah,
guy.
they expect their women to work out and look good at all times. You have to look good as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, looking, yeah, but the main thing be healthy. That's the main thing people need to realize.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
once you got kids, the main goal is live as long as you can
I
possible.
mean, honestly,
Yeah.
Kim, I do believe in like, I met my man a certain way, right?
Okay.
And I like to, the difference is though, I like to take care of myself. Like I like to look good, man or not.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like if you're just doing it for your mate to please your mate, that's a little bit of a different situation. But
Oh no, no, no.
for me, I like to look good. I want to look good for my man and for myself.
Especially anytime when you're like after we hit the wall 21.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like especially when you get older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some women who don't look great in their 20s.
Yeah.
There's some 40-year-olds that look amazing, better than 20-year-olds.
It all depends on the person how to take care of themselves. I mean, I think when you and me we're like in our 30s, like it's you can eat a hamburger and get processed very quickly versus now your mentality just completely changed. You gotta be careful what you eat. It's not it's not just to quote unquote look good, but to really survive.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
you know, like people don't know, like I have stopped eating McDonald's since I turned 30. I don't eat that stuff anymore.
I love the fries,
No, I stopped eating that.
but I only eat it like ever so often, like literally
Yeah,
every 3 months or something.
you got to be careful like what you.
You do.
Yeah, so it's a health thing, but like you said before, prior to that, they want these girls to look good, but the guys to like. That's why all these do like, well, it's all about the personality and character, and blah blah blah. So you can be like a slob, like come on now, like it goes both ways, you know, personality, character, then physical looks, it all comes into play.
Yeah.
And if you can't take care of yourself physically, you look like a slob, then that reflects on what you are as a person.
Right.
Yeah, like it's kind of like you see a guy's a slob like around our ages, boy or woman or female, what do we see as? She doesn't like herself, doesn't take care of herself. Why would I want to invest my time with that person when they're a train wreck?
Right.
It's unfortunate to say that, but when we go to the grocery store or department, we see some people just literally just let themselves go.
Oh yeah.
They don't shave themselves,
Yeah.
odor, even amongst guys. Like even for me, like let's say for example, cheap guys. I don't have any cheap friends. Why do I want cheap friends? Because guess what? When I just like how they will quote quote want to go Dutch on you, guess what they're gonna do it for me? They're gonna go Dutch on me
Yeah.
because they're gonna say, "Hey man, pay for my meal. I'll pay you later or never pay you later." But
Yeah.
it can't even go to friendship. Even for you when you got friends, the people you talk to, I'll guarantee not one of your friends is extremely negative.
No.
Not one. All of them are positive. All of them are into health, probably. Not,
Most of them, yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
but they're positive and you to the point that you can talk to them.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
you don't got guys or female friends are all depressed and life is horrible and blah blah blah. You're like, not for me.
Yeah. It just depends. And it just depends because if you do have friends like that, I think being a friend, you should uplift them too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, everything's not always going to be sunshine and roses, right? Like,
Mhm.
so, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, No, it's true. It's true. You know, you're a good you're when you're a good person, you're a good friend. You tell them, look,
Yeah,
this is what's going on with you.
yeah,
But you know, but like you know, especially as we get older, people that we talked to back in high school, we don't talk to them. But in college, 20s, we don't talk to. Even our 30s, people we talk to, we have a fallout, whatever it happens, and like you
you
know,
have to be selective
yeah,
with who you are around. I will say that. Yeah.
yeah, because you are what your friends are.
Um, I hear that quite a bit.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true. I mean, well, it depends on the person's personality, right?
yeah,
For me, I am definitely like I'm not going to listen to anybody but myself. I'm not influenced by any of my friends, and they can tell you that. If anything, I'm going to be the leader of what we do.
of your clan.
No, I
But
don't.
if you go if you were so let's say you're all in a group of and you're going to a restaurant, you'd be like the first one, like we're going here.
Yeah, I would. I
Okay.
would. I'm like, we're gonna go here. Sometimes they have to bring me down a bit. They're like, okay, girl, there's four of us in the car. Let's all like vote. So, but I'm definitely I have a strong personality, and I'm not easily influenced. So I just think it depends on the person. If the
Yeah.
person is easily influenced and their friend is doing something, that's not so nice or
Yeah.
not, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like for me,
And
I'm
I guess you can say, birds of a feather flock together type
yeah.
of deal. But for me, that's never been the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like for me, when I kind of get with me, like I can figure the times when I hang around with the bad crowd to the point it's like this is actually affecting me. I'm just gonna be just pull myself out and just be by myself for a while
Yeah,
because
and I've
yeah,
been in a lot of situations where I felt like somebody was bringing me down, and I'm like, deuces, I can't deal with that because
yeah,
if I see somebody struggling in life, right, or they're just a train wreck, I'm gonna try to help you out. Like I'm normally the voice of reason to my friends, to be honest with you. So if I give you advice
yeah.
and you take the advice, that's great. But if you don't take it and you keep spiraling out of control, it's like it starts to affect my life. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
I can't.
that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the girl that's gonna bust the door open and like and just turn off the light, basically break a play in the wall and say, okay, listen up. But I mean, no, I mean, look, it's just like friendship. It is even now. You translate that to intimate relationships. With the opposite sex. Um, that's what's going on right now. There's a lot of lack of communication. Period.
Mm-hmm.
People, I know a couple couples that just got divorces over like one argument.
Because
Like,
they thought they married their dream girl, but it really wasn't.
well, you know what the problem? You know what I think is now? I think I noticed this. A lot of people, I think especially girls, they just rush just to get married. Sometimes, some, and I think for guys, I think for some guys they just want to get married because they just don't want to be alone.
Right. That's true.
And so when you have that kind of thinking, like we're just gonna hang on a raft together,
Yeah.
but then you start to realize that you're
And
just not.
and for me, I've never been that traditional girl. I'm so non-traditional, so non-traditional. I
Yeah,
I could have been married twice.
married twice.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, I wouldn't be surprised you got a lot of offers. It'll probably be
Well, I
more than
have a
that.
boyfriend. I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, but the thing is that those type of I see those type of people thinking like that,
Hmm.
and I always try to tell them like like you need to kind of like relax and calm down and like kind of get a whisper and say it's okay to be alone
Right.
because you get that because
It's so okay to be alone. Like, I mean, not every woman wants to get married. Marriage
yeah,
is not meant for every single person.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
or there's couples that are married but they don't want kids.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, and there's people that I know, especially my background, my country, immediately see a girl they're like, Psh, You know, where's the wedding ring? Where's the house? Let's get all the kids. Let's start going. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, let's all have you know, have all the house parties for the birthday kids, that kind of thing. I mean, it all depends on the environment where you're at.
Yeah.
I think you know, I you know, like for me personally, I feel like, you know, if that's the thing you want to do it, go do it.
Yeah.
My my issue, my personal gripe is the way some of these guys, I'm just speaking from a man's perspective, from what I'm seeing so far, from a guy's point of view.
Yeah.
Um what I'm seeing is that the way guys are just going after girls, and it's just like just literally the physical,
Mm-hmm.
because they're just thinking with their dicks, unfortunately. And like they're just going after her, and it's like you start talking to her, and then you kind of hear the nudge like, I don't know what to say to her. I lost all thought.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
that kind of thing.
why.
I'm like, well,
Do you think like so when people who get married, like they rush to get married with after like maybe a couple of months meeting each other, what do you think that is? I mean, 'cause
what?
you clearly do not really know that person that well.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, everybody's different, hey, might as well go for it. You never know. But I think that's too soon.
yeah. I mean, what was it? 3 months you get married?
Yeah.
You know what? Um, it can work if it's like in another country. Let's say like in countries like Colombia or Brazil or Mexico. I
Why is
can see
that?
because over there's a little bit different in here. Here is more like you guys got, you go to the candy store, you got all the selections,
Mm-hmm.
Snickers, Starburst, everything. Over there is kind of like uh, paper or plastic. You
Mm-hmm.
know, everything's simple, everything more simple.
Oh, I got
So
you.
it's like an easier transition and everything. Whereas here in this country, it's first of all, it's expensive to have a family here.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. That's another thing why some people might don't want to have kids, because of
Yeah.
the expenses.
Expensive. Yeah, man. And then, also like we live in a crazy world.
Yeah.
We live in a very crazy world, and it's like you have to really, you know, you can't just say I want kids and just blindly do it. Like you have to consider what is happening in the world that we live in right now before you have kids. I mean, that's just how I think.
Oh yeah. I mean, especially right now. Let's have kids. Yeah, yeah. During the pandemic.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's a bunch of people doing it, but I'm just like, how can
well,
you not think about the virus and the negative?
yeah, and in fact, you gotta go to a hospital and expose something like that, and you don't. And you know, like you kind of look into. I know a couple of couples that are want to have kids, and this thing happened, and they're not gonna have kids because of this
Yeah,
until
and
the thing's
it's
over.
scary. It's
Yeah,
scary.
I mean,
It's very risky.
risky and everything economically. This is, but see, this could all be resolved. That's the whole point of dating to begin with, to figure things out.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be even I think where I think personally where the worst part of it comes out is when it comes to interracial dating.
Mm,
Oh, that this is the part where I think a lot of guys just unfortunately they just don't get it.
yeah.
Like especially when guys interact with women that are from another country
Hmm.
or first generation, they just unfortunately a lot of these guys here they just don't get it,
Yeah.
because you know, like, well, she's here, she's exotic and blah blah. I'm like, well, bro, she's Chinese, she's Brazilian. Are you gonna pick up the language? Well, no, we're in America. What about the kids? Are the kids gonna learn? Well, she's gonna teach it. Well, I'm like, okay, but do something, because the grandparents don't speak even English. So how
Yeah.
are they gonna communicate? You
Mm,
know, people find this. Then another one too is religion. It happened to me a couple at one time where we had an issue because I was Roman Catholic. She wasn't.
mhm.
She was Pentecostal,
Mhm.
and we kind of went back and forth. And I thought this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, religion is also a very big key thing. Like religion is, and for people that just don't just bypass this stuff. Ooh, you have no idea how big all these things I'm talking about. It's a big deal. Maybe not right now in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but especially when kids come out, the females start bringing up topics like, I was raised in a Muslim, or I practice Islam, whatever. I'm gonna take them to the mosque, and but you're a Catholic. You're like, I don't want my kids going over there.
That's real.
Or
That's real.
yeah,
Yeah.
or I got a friend of mine. He's Colombian, doesn't speak Arabic. His
Mm-hmm.
wife does. She's Lebanese.
Mm-hmm.
And you think the parents are happy the fact that the kids don't speak Arabic?
Mm-hmm.
They're not happy. So they're going back and forth. They're I mean, like those type of things. But see, I told them, why weren't you not saying this before you got even married? That's the whole point of even dating.
Yeah.
Even for me, like when I start talking about what I want, this and that, I lay out the whole thing. This is what I want. You're from this culture, whatever. Oh, let's get an example. Let's say she's African American, for example,
Mm-hmm.
since you're one. Okay, how are we gonna do this? What do you like from your background? What we're gonna like in my background? How we're gonna mesh this together? You
Mm-hmm.
know, and like, okay, I'll take her, just I'll take them to teach them to learn Spanish. That way they be bilingual, and
Right.
that way they can get a better job and maybe make it a third language. And then like, okay, well,
As long as both people work together with their
yeah,
different cultures. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You have to work it out. You have to kind of sit down and both talk to each other,
Yeah.
not like wait until the very end. Like, it's kind of like, well, we can't. I had talks to my friends like, well, I did tell you before the wedding was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Now, Kim, this is the last question that I have for you.
yeah,
So, what is your dream girl?
my dream girl.
Yeah, what's your dream girl? What does she look like?
You talking about wait, okay, wait.
Dream girl looks
Exactly.
like Kim. Straightforward answer.
You're talking about skin tone. You're talking about what she got. Like,
Whatever your dream girl is.
oh man, basically, basically like my complexion,
Okay.
light tan complexion, light tan brown complexion, long black hair, dark brown eyes, with
Okay.
a curve,
Okay.
and yeah, pretty much that's pretty much how she probably looks like. But obviously now it's like as you get older, it's kind of like you start to mature a little bit. You kind of realize like you're gonna look for character. I mean, as much as these guys don't want to admit to it, or they need to grow up. Honestly,
Right.
a lot of them.
You can't just look at
Yeah,
look.
yeah. You kind of look at, okay, what is the personality that fits for me? It's
Right.
like you go into a shoe store, see all these shoes, but not every shoe brand fits what you need.
Right.
Just like how like you go to a dress, you will like to see this dress, but it's for women who are 6 feet tall. But you go with your size, um, but it's what best fits for you. I
Right.
think that now, like for me, it's kind of like, yeah, it's the image I would prefer. What's the word? Preference.
Yeah.
But just because that's a preference doesn't mean that I'm not checking out other women,
Yeah.
because I'm a guy. But if there's a girl out there that fits the kind of like that fits well meshed with me, then yeah, I'll go with her too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Totally. All right, Kim. Well, that's all I had for you today.
is that it?
That's
That's it. How long?
But thank you
Yeah.
so much, Kim, for joining my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hi guys, don't forget to click that subscribe button. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm creating for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.